It's about time for our parenting segment. Every Tuesday, we talk parenting. And today, we have family coach and marriage counselor, Pastor Bisi Adewale. Now, an accountant by training, but called and trained as a family builder to revive, repair, and rejuvenate all dilapidated homes. We're going to be talking about something very important, transgenerational parenting. This basically means we parent the way we were parented. Have you ever thought about this before? It's a very interesting topic that we've raised here. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
So,
thank you for having me today.
I have to, thank you for joining us. I have to say, a very deep topic we've decided to touch on today. Transgenerational parenting. How can we shed more light on what it actually is? Because from our previous discussion, you mentioned the fact that a lot of people are rearing children, not actually parenting them. So what did you mean by that?
Maybe I should come this way. Transgenerational parenting is the kind of parenting work that is focused on parents putting their beliefs, their values, their way of life, inculcating it or infusing it into their children, so that their children can go ahead and do the same thing in their own children, and their own children will go ahead and do the same thing. You will discover that this kind of thing is lacking or is failing in Africa now. Our culture, our dressing, our way of life is actually being is disappearing because we are not conscious of transferring our beliefs. In Yoruba land, there is this thing they call the Omoluabi in those days, whereby without anybody monitoring you, there are some things you will not do. When I was growing up, there are things you see by the village, by people will set their yam and nobody will be there. Somebody will buy and put money beside. The Omoluabi spirit inside of you, we say, buy the yam, put the money there. The next person that want to buy will make money, put his own money and go away. If you do it today, they will carry the yam, carry the money and carry the owner of the yam. That is the level in which we are, because we didn't pass that culture, that we didn't transfer it into the new generation.
Okay, so let's touch on the word transgenerational. So a lot of people, whenever they hear things from the past, they think of archaic things. They think of things that are not modern or unorthodox. And they also consider a lot of these things to be, in some ways, barbaric. I'm talking about using the rod on a child, for instance. We are focusing today on those key issues, key parenting things that, or key things that parents have brought from their parents and passed down to their children. I'm getting lost in a circle of questions here because I remember hearing so many messages from my parents that I didn't think were actually good enough for me then. I was a rebel. I was loud, boisterous. In fact, my father told me so many things that I remember today that I just didn't want to listen to. How can we instill these things in our children in a more modern way?
The truth is, to make a child, we have the past, the present. We mix the two together to prepare them for their future. Many of the things that a child will just wake up, this thing is barbaric, this thing is, it is according to the level of their own knowledge. Then the way the parents present it matters too. So we need to begin to learn about the past, learn about the future, learn about the present, then present it in such a way that it will help the child to go. I usually tell parents, whenever we are training them, that you must create what we call atmosphere of love. When there is atmosphere of love, a child will listen to you and won't say anything you are doing is barbaric. They will follow you. And when you are friends, you know what friendship simply means is I listen to you, you listen to me. It's conversational. It's not dictatorial. You are not shouting on them. You didn't bring out rod and begin to hit them. An average African parent believes kicking, beating is the way of parenting.
So you're saying we shouldn't bring those forward?
Now, what I'm saying is, I'm for both discipline, what we call it balanced parenting.
Okay.
You discipline a child. When you, in Africa, we do what we call child abuse by kicking, doing a lot of, in Europe, they do what they call child indulgence. So what makes a whole child is the balanced parenting. Okay. When a child needs to be disciplined, you discipline, but what kind of discipline? What manner of discipline? When you leave a child to himself, even the Bible says the child will be destroyed. Okay. So that is why we must be able to sit down, look at what we want to present to them. Oh, many of the things we are still learning in school now, they were the curriculum of years back. Why are we not calling them old schools? The HCF, LCF, they taught me in primary one, they are still teaching my own children now. Okay. So that is why we just need to make it more modern, sit down with them, learn, and let them know that it is in their own good pleasure. Okay. Not for me as a parent, but for you. An average child may become a rebel when you are just stuffing your knowledge, your wisdom, your whatever you want into his art or her art without creating relationship first. When there's relationship, you know, an average father will just be an emperor in his empire, commander-in-chief of family forces, and just come out with a raw, you must not eat egg in this house, you must not do this. An average child will obey in submission to a level. Okay. And by the time that child gets to 13, 14, 15 and begin to mood, begin to develop himself, and friends begin to talk to him or her and things like that, the child will begin. And because there's no love, there's no relationship, there's no feedback, there's no way the child can talk to you. All right. So the child will resist. So transgenerational parenting is not just bringing one old thing and stuffing to the neck of the children.
Okay. I have to say thank you for helping us bring everything together, because it is a topic that I know a lot of people don't really truly understand because they just never thought about those issues before. And hopefully when you put your questions out there on social media at TVC Connect with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria, we'll be able to help you answer a few of them. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you again next week.
Okay.
All right then. Stay with us. We have to take a quick break and we'll be back with more.